looking at me, and he's like, and this is all, I'm not making this up, man. Fucking, he's holding it, and he's looking at me, and he's like, this is fake. And I was like, well, all right, look, officer, like, it's not fake, and I just need to know how to resolve this as quickly as possible. So, like, do I come down with you? Because, like, I was like, I'll get in your car and, like, drive down to, like, the jail or whatever you guys have here in Boulder. Like, whatever the fuck you guys do.
The police station?
Yeah, whatever. Like, we'll get this sorted out because the bottom line is that you're holding... I literally told him this. Like, bottom line is, like, you're holding my ID, and I can't take it out of your hands. And you seem unwilling to give it to me. So I need to, like, rectify this.
Make you give it back in,
I need
like,
to rectify
a legal,
this situation.
not direct
I don't wanna
confrontational manner.
And it's like, I get it's Memorial Day weekend. You guys are busy as hell. You guys have better things to do. So how do we figure this out so that I walk away with my ID and that everything is just fine? And you
just, like, get
and
fucked.
He fucking takes my ID and he's like, you know what? I should have chopped this up. And like, he said, he's like, I have a pair of scissors in my car. That's what we do. Like, you and I was just like, if you had fucking chopped that idea up, do you know the nightmare that I would have brought down upon your district? So I was just like, he's like, look at me, young man. All right, like, I've been doing this for however many years. Like, basically his whole shtick was that he'd been checking IDs for so many years that he couldn't possibly be wrong. Scan it. And I was just like, look, buddy, like, I'm not trying to fight with you about, like, your 20-year career checking IDs, which, by the way, sad.
Yeah, super fucking sad, yeah.
Sorry
Clearly
about that.
because he's just worthless, you know?
But you're also not doing a good job of it because I know this is a real fucking ID.
So, like, the one thing that you just have, like, to gloat about over a 20-year police career.
And I'm trying not to be rude at this. All these thoughts are going on in my head.
You're just fucking terrible.
Yeah. This your old gloating statement is like, I've been doing this for 20 years, young man. I'm just like, well, fucking it up.
Just like, well,
bad.
that is sad because anyone else in the world who spent 20 years doing any one thing
should be good at it at least.
And you just can't even look at a piece of plastic and determine whether or not it's the kind of plastic that is okay.
So here's how the story ends. So the guy, the manager comes out, the guy who's giving me all the gift cards and, like, has been, like, apologizing to me profusely throughout this entire endeavor because he knows it's
starting to, like, want to take him back.
No, he was super, like, helpful because he's like, I'm just sorry this turning, like, it should just be so simple. Like, so I was just like, okay, so are you able to hand to the officer? I'm like, I'm keeping my hands, like, literally right with, I'm like, are you able to give the ID back to the liquor store manager? And then is the liquor store manager later, at another time, allowed to determine when he gives it back to me, whether that be I come back tomorrow, come back in 6 hours? How can we work this out where, like, the bureaucracy stops destroying this entire, like, breakdown of communication? This communication breakdown. And he just, I literally, Derek, I shit you not, because I don't think I've told you the story before.
No, you haven't.
So I have my hands up here, and I'm literally having this conversation about how, like, who does the, I have my hand right here, but the manager, and this is, like, the whitest, most Jewish guy, whatever, like, this guy was not threatening at all. Like, the manager of the place, he was a super swell guy, and he reaches over to get the ID from the cop, and the cop goes, whoa, and he pulls back. He does like a pullback thing. Like the kind of pullback thing where, like, yeah, I don't care, you put your hands up, like when the cop does that kind of pullback thing. And we were both just like, whoa. Like,
everybody calm down.
We thought we were just talking about an ID that may or may not be fake here.
I mean, it's definitely not, but, like, okay, we can keep talking about it. I mean, it's still not, no matter what happens, but, like... And the cop... I'm always going to be right, no matter whether or not I die right here.
This is what happens.
I'm still right.
Yeah. And so the cop, so I'm trying, like, my best to be chill, but I'm also just, like, kind of pissed off this is happening right now. And so the cop,
like, this is a huge inconvenience to me, you being huge and also an asshole. And also wrong, but in the worst way because you're convinced that you're right.
Believe me? Like, who would believe me that I'm right in this situation? With the 3130 29th Street, fucking, I get why my ID looks fake, sir. I know I'm out of state. Ah, Christ. But
the number should not be a reason why it looks fake. Just because the
3130 29th Street.
But still, it's just like you could fucking Google it and figure out whether it's real.
Well, yes, but also like I could see the like I was trying to be empathetic. I was trying to be like a good person.
I would have not been at all. I would have been like, "You're a fucking idiot. Get your scanner and just do it right now."
So here's what happened. So the guy's like. So he does that like, and he does like this. I'll never forget it because it was part of my stand-up thing for a minute. He was like, because we both had I have my hands up, the other guy's hands up, and the other guy's just like standing there like, knowing that he shouldn't have made that movement to like, but now he's like got to double down, and he looks at me dead in the fucking eyes, and he says, "I don't shake with my left hand." Pause. So pause. A 2-second pause. So I look at him and I say, with my hands literally in the air, I say, "Officer, I've never met you in my entire life. I do not know you. I could not possibly have known that you don't shake with your left hand. I'm sorry. I did not mean to come at you, whatever. But like, can I just please have your badge number and your officers, whatever, and I'll just talk to, like, at this point, I don't even want my ID. I just want to go home, and I want me and this guy to just go back in the building." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So I get all of his fucking information, and as soon as the guy's, like, out of the parking lot and gone, and I'm on the bus going home, I'm just like, "Oh, I'm about to make a fucking ruckus at the goddamn police department over the phone lines." And they kept trying to put me off, and I finally, like, after, like, probably, like, my phone is like dying. Like I 30, 40 minutes like being on hold. I finally get through the right person. He's like, "All right, I'm looking at it." And I was like, "Look, officer, here's my whole thing." I was like, "Look, officer, I would not be causing this much of a ruckus if it wasn't a real ID. Believe me, I've been a teenager. If I had a fake ID and the cop took it from me and said that he was nice enough to not arrest me and just leave, I would have just gone home to my parents' house and felt lucky that I didn't get arrested.
Yeah.
I would not be calling your department on Memorial Day weekend causing an issue about my fake ID. Like, dude, I'm not that fucking..." And he's like, "That makes sense, sir. And so, end of the story. The guy, I'm sitting on my, like, 3 hours later, I get a call back from the guy's lieutenant or whatever. I don't know what the fucking ranks are, but the guy called me back and he's just like, "Okay, I've gone through the issue, gone through the paperwork. ID was real. These are the reasons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, why we believed that it's..." I was like, "I don't care. I get why you guys thought it was fake. I don't give a shit. I just want the fucking thing back." And he's like, "All right, that's what I'm getting to. I have called the officer. He is getting out of bed right now, and I have asked him, due to how he treated you, I would like for him to come to your house." And the guy told me, he's like, "If the officer is anything less than kind to you, I would like for you to notify me further." He's like, "Please don't say anything to that officer at the time of it said interaction, but when he comes to the door, he's been instructed to get in full uniform, go over there, hand you your ID in person, apologize, and if he does anything other than that, you call me back." And I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Please tell me that.
I sat there for days. So the guy, I'm sitting there. This is like 11:30, and I'm sitting there just stewing. I'm just like, oh, like I'm sitting there. I don't have my beer that I wanted. Like I'm a little like antsy, man. And I'm just like, oh, this. So he shows up finally at the fucking door, and he goes to give me back the ID, and like I don't want to open the door because I'm trying to be like he did the whole cop thing to me, so now I'm trying to do the whole anti-cop thing to him. Like, so I was like, "Ooh, I gave you your respect, and now you're like, I know that your boss called you and got you out of bed with your fucking dirty, gross wife, and you had to come all the way fucking down here and apologize to me." And so he apologized, and he was like, I swear to God, I can't make this up. He apologizes to me, and I listen to it because I just want to hear it. I want to like savor. I want to savor the apology.
His groveling.
Yes.
Just like, I don't know if it's good enough. Might have to get on your knees. I don't feel like it's an apology when you're taller than me.
Here's what happened. I shit you not. So remember earlier in the story when I told you about how the whole reason that he did that step back with the gun thing was because he said, and his reasoning was, "I don't shake with my left hand."
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
So we had a nice, solid conversation. and I took my stuff back. I didn't like let down anything, but I got my stuff back. And then as I'm closing the door, because I wanted to, and I couldn't have gotten a better moment than this. Like, this was one of the moments that Jesus Christ himself died
for this to happen.
So the guy looks at me as I'm about to close like the second door. So okay, so I have my ID. It is finally, after this whole fucking nightmare and ordeal, I don't have my beer, but I have a bunch of gift cards for the liquor store where I can buy beer tomorrow after Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day weekend.
With the idea that they just cannot come back and do anything about, like, the fucking manager can call and they'll just be like, I'm sorry, sir, but we literally cannot come and do anything about it, so just sell him the liquor. We don't even care if it's not real at this point.
I shit you not. You can't make them so I have the ID in my pocket, and I'm like, I'm trying my best to be a good boy. I'm trying to keep my fucking mouth shut so fucking hard. Like, you guys do not understand after all this what I wanted to fucking say to that guy in so many levels, but I was like trying to take a deep breath. Okay, I'm here. I'm back at my house at 3130 29th Street. The fake address that fucking caused this goddamn commotion in the first place.
Fuck this house. Fuck this street.
I have my ID in my hand, and I have the most aggressive police officer in the world standing out here, and he doesn't want to be out here, and he's barely willing to give me this fucking apology, so count your wins. Like, all right, just shut the fuck up, Sean. And he goes to, the door is closing, and I shit you not, I didn't slam the door. Keep in mind, because like I said, I'm not trying to fight with this cop, so I didn't slam the door, closed it politely. But as the door was going through, he went to go shake my hand. And I shit you not, I just looked at him very coldly and I said, I don't shake with my right hand. And I closed the door. And I fucking went about my night, and I don't care how much beer I didn't get. It was the sweet suffering on his face when I closed the door so respectfully, so nicely. Like, there was nothing he could do about that, and he totally deserved it.
Yeah.
And just I don't know who you are, if you ever hear this, man, but
fuck you.
Fuck your entire 20-year career checking IDs.
Fuck your
because
whole
this
family.
is where it got you. It got you on a podcast by two fucking...
people that actually still have something in front of them. Everything, just so you know, all your best days are behind you.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not telling you to kill yourself, but, like...
if you were
I am
do
saying
something...
that, like... there's never going to be a better part of your life.
Yeah.
So
to just do it, like just do it.
just do it. All right, I think that's a good place to stop. Kill yourself.